Okay, man, I swear to God, I just never thought we'd get into a situation like this. You know, the economy was starting to turn around, getting inflation down, and then this dumbass listens to Netanyahu and their BS lies, and they just wanted to get this greater Israel policy, and Iran is the only one stopping them at this point. And they've been wanting to get rid of them for 40 years. Netanyahu even said that. God damn it, you know. And then, did you just talk about, oh my God, how horrible Islam is? Well, Jews are horrible. They're worse. I mean, they call them baby killers because that's what they've been doing. They've been killing babies, all right? People don't understand the Zionist sect of Judaism, which is not even really Judaism. It's these people are actually come from the Edomites, which is a lot way back there. I mean, they're not real Jews. They converted to Judaism, I don't know, a couple of thousand years ago, I guess, or 2,500 years ago. Anyway, this thing, how in the hell could the U.S. Intelligence be so wrong? You know, I got friends over at Promethean Action, and I know they got sources that they've had for 30, 40 years, inside sources. So they still think this is the right thing to do, but I don't get it, because everything I see is that Israel is a bunch of demons, and what they've done to Gaza and the Palestinians is unconscionable. It's an abomination. Committing genocide. Well, I thought they said never again, never again. Well, it's happening again. Look at that. And how these dumbasses, think they're somehow God's chosen people and they can do whatever they want. These people are racist of the worst kind. They literally think that Palestinians are dogs. That's what Goya means, dog. And they can lie to a dog. They can steal from a dog. They can rape a dog. I guess they probably do some of that too. But Trump, God damn it, man. I mean, all the sources I see, Scott Ritter and Douglas McGregor, and, there's several others, I can't remember, ex-military people, ex-CIA. They're all saying the same thing. Israel drug us into this nightmare. And I'm hoping there's something weird about, because this Epstein thing, everybody's saying that maybe Trump was compromised. It's very possible. But this also could be a way to allow Iran to just destroy Israel, clean them off the map, because they are the ones that have caused all the troubles for the last 40 years. I mean, the way they took Israel, everybody's, 1948 is wonderful. Well, you should see what they did before that. I had an old friend, his grandparents lived in Jerusalem, and when the Zionists came in, they took the whole neighborhood and just took all their shit, threw it out on the street, and said, these houses are ours now. And then they rounded them all up, 700,000 people, put them into a tent camp, and there's your refugee camp. And that's who ended up in Gaza. And they've been trying to kill them and destroy them ever since. Ben Gurion and these Yitzhak Shamir and Rabin and all these scumbags, were part of these gangs. Stern gang back in the 40s were trying to push the Palestinians out. After 1948, when the Zionists came in and set up the borders, they took double what they were supposed to take. Double. And then they created these refugees. And what do you think the Arab world is going to do? Because they had agreed to this. Israel said, yeah, let's set up this country. Everybody can live here. Everybody can have a wonderful life, safe, security. And then they walk in and pull this bullshit. And what do you think? I mean, families don't forget. When you kill someone's parents and aunts and uncles and brothers and sisters, what do you think you're going to do? I mean, look at Hollywood. Every time something like this happens, what do you got? A vigilante. Oh my God, there's a gun. You start shooting everybody in a mall and stuff. people go nuts when this kind of thing happens. And so thank you very much, Donald Trump. You know, gas now is already $5.50 roughly here in California. What the hell? Oh my God. You know, a month ago it was hitting like $3.99, $3.89. It even dropped a little lower than that. And all of a sudden, kaboom. In 1 week, I was in Wisconsin. And in 1 week, it went up $1 a gallon. You know, and now what is it? Oil is at $1.20. $120 a barrel. They're talking about it could go up to $200, and that's going to wreck everything. I just saw the ultimatum that the Iranian leader just gave, which is very chilling, but it's necessary because look what Israel is doing. Look what the big dumb military giant on the leash for Israel is doing. The United States military, the mercenary army. We pay for everything. We paid for the genocide. We paid for everything. I just saw that there's like 900,000 people living in the West Bank illegally, and none of them work because they're all getting subsidized by the government. Now, who came up with that money? We did. You know, the whole thing is sickening. It's really disgusting, and I don't see how there could be anything positive coming out of this unless Israel just gets pounded and everybody leaves, and then the Palestinians can have the land back. God damn, oh my God, what the fuck? It's nuts. It's absolutely stupid. You know, you're going to wreck the world economy. Everything's going to skyrocket in price. We're going to go into a deep depression, Donald Trump, with your brilliant idea, you know, we got to get rid of these terrorists. You don't know anything about history. You've never read anything about it. You're listening to these psychopaths in Israel and these Zionist pigs telling you that the intelligence they got is like, you know, within 3 weeks, Iran is going to have a nuclear weapon. You know, there was a story that the archaeologists recently found something in the Middle East. They found some old documents from, you know, some papyrus from, I don't know, over 2,000 years ago. And they just translated and said Iran was getting ready to have a nuclear weapon within a month or a week. You know, and I was, really, you guys have been saying this for 40 years. This is the same old story to have an excuse to go into Iraq and Afghanistan, all these things. And now we know we were lied to for everything. So now all of a sudden we're supposed to expect that the government's telling the truth. Now, we gotta get rid of Iran. This is sponsor of terrorism. Give me a freaking break. I could go into all of the hypocrisy and the bullshit. The history is totally different than what you're being taught. Hamas was actually created by Netanyahu in a committee as what they were going to try and do is put them in power instead of the PLO. And then they end up with this. These are just excuses. Hezbollah, it's just an excuse. Oh, look at these terrorists. Well, these people wouldn't be doing it. They'd be having regular jobs and working and raising a family and going to college if it wasn't for the atrocities and the genocide committed by Israel and this insane Greater Israel policy. You need to look at the map. There's a thing in what Tucker Carlson was talking about when he had that interview with Huckabee over in Israel. That's another piece of work. There's something about when Abraham got the land given to him by God. Give me a freaking break. It's all so much bullshit. But anyway, let's say that it was true. It's not, but let's say that it was. The land you were supposed to get was between the Nile and Euphrates. Well, take a good look at the Greater Israel map. What Israel, their goal is to create an empire of all that land. They want part of Egypt. They want Jordan. They want Lebanon. They want Syria. They want part of Iraq. They want part of Saudi Arabia. All the Arabs know about the Greater Israel policy. It's only the United States and the Americans, the idiots that never study history here, have no idea. I get so sick and pissed off when somebody says, what about October 7th? Even my son, oh God, he's in the military and he's bought the bullshit. What about October 7th? Look what Hamas did. Come on, that was a false flag operation textbook. There's IDF people that are saying that, oh, we were told to stand down. We were told to sleep in that day. They didn't show up for 5 hours. It was an operation to give, it's a false flag. That's what it does. It's an excuse for the military to come in and just wreak havoc. Oh, look what they did to us. Oh my God, now we have the right to do and defend ourselves. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Fuck, I wish this would make more people angry. You know, I was MAGA, America first. Come on, give me a freaking break. What did you do? Just run right into Israel's arms. Start kissing the ring and the foot. Oh, God damn it. Anyway, let's see how next week turns out. Now, how soon are we going to have $200 a barrel oil? Now, watch when your gas goes up to $7 or $8 a gallon here in California. Just wait, because there's going to be a lot of people that are really pissed off. And everything else is going to go up because fuel prices go up. And everything gets trucked around. Fuel prices for everything, okay? That is the cost of everything is based on that. So we are screwed. We are fucked. And it looks like this message that the leader of Iran said was like, look, you got 30 days to get out of the Middle East. Russia and China are backing them. They have hypersonic weapons. They said if in 30 days you're not out of here, we will deploy nuclear weapons. They didn't say we will start building them. They said we're going to deploy them. So what does that mean? Do they get nuclear weapons from Pakistan? Very possible. The Jews might have sold them the technology years ago. These people have no, oh my God. It's just, you know, you wonder why anti-Semitism is around, which is actually a misnomer anyway. That doesn't even mean shit. But everybody, you know, around the world always hate Jews. And why is it? Because if you look at the Talmud says that we're all dogs. The Gentiles are all dogs. Jesus was practicing magic, attending orgies. He was blaspheming, and they had to kill him. The Jews had to kill him, and his mother was a whore. They got pregnant by a Roman centurion. The whole story. They believe this shit. They really do. And there's places in there that things you wouldn't believe. And now you start to see a Jewish businessman can screw over his customer or his vendor. It's okay. He can lie. He can cheat. He can steal. There's a place in there where a Jew cannot marry a Goyim woman. But he can violate her, and that's okay. So let's see, what does violate mean? I guess it means rape. And they're baby killers. Did you see what that asshole said? We had to kill the kids because they're going to grow up to be terrorists too. Well, in a way, that's true. But it's because of what they did. It's because of the Israelis' actions that are causing the terrorism. And if people can't put two and two together on this and figure this shit out, then it's all hope is lost. I mean, the fact that, you got Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio. Where's Tulsi Gabbard? You know, no more regime change wars. Well, that's what we're doing. You know, there's something seriously wrong here. Anyway, I gotta go. Something's happening in my truck, I think. Clicking. Okay, I gotta go. You know, I'm so fucking pissed off. Okay, see ya. Bye.